A very good afternoon to you, Neil, and thank you so much for your time. So the work of NGOs has proven to be incredibly important, more now in this time of COVID-19. But is there a sense or a feeling that NGOs are not appreciated enough?
Thanks, Morena. I think we probably as a human race don't value people as much as we should. And NGOs definitely are one of those cases. The amount of work that's happening behind the scenes that's actually not being seen by anybody is huge. And so, yes, I agree. We're not valuing them enough. So it's great to have a day like today.
What are some of the challenges, Neil, that NGOs face? Because although their purpose is to make the lives of ordinary citizens easier, they too can't afford for things to be difficult and hinder their work.
Yeah, most NGOs work on really thin margins, not only thin financial margins, thin emotional margins, thin resource margins. So the struggles, the challenges that they're facing right now is just a shrinking of resources across the board. So as support bases have shrunk, as financial markets have shrunk, NPOs are finding themselves in very, very difficult positions. They're having to do more with less. So the demand has increased and the resources have decreased.
You've spoken of the importance of this day, at least where the appreciation of NGOs is concerned. So what is the hope on this day? What do NGOs wish to see happen on a day like this? And I suppose every other day when they put in that work.
Yeah, I mean, it's just great to be able to, as you said, to be able to stop and celebrate. I think, most people are fueled by encouragement. Let's face it, whether it's our kids, whether it's us in work environments, whatever it is, we need encouragement to thrive. And NGOs generally don't get as much encouragement as they should. So for us to stop on a day like today and to really appreciate people is a great thing. And I think so what it really does, it brings energy back into the sector. It says I'm being recognized, people can see me, I'm not here all on my own, I'm not isolated. And hopefully what that does, it gets more people behind them, whether it does increase financial bases or whether it just, adds friends around leaders who saying, we can do this for another month, we can do this for another year. These are very, very important things for NGOs to have.
Neil, you obviously have mentioned that NGOs face a number of challenges that aren't just financial, but the financial challenge is a huge one. And COVID-19 has presented that not only for NGOs, but for the ordinary citizen who used to be able to, contribute a bit to NGOs and help them do their work. Now that people are losing their jobs, losing their, sources of income, how then are NGOs able to still continue their work and still be able to, generate certain things that they need thanks to money?
It's just, I don't think we can get away from the fact that it has become more challenging on a number of fronts. So, really good NGOs will often have a sustainability project, maybe a business that they've created alongside. Could be a simple thing like a coffee shop or community center that brings in some sort of funding. And what we've seen is over this time with COVID, with the lockdowns and isolation, a lot of those sustainability projects have faltered. A typical one is just to have a couple of coffee shops in different centers, and that brings in income streams. And if those stop working, then it does put a lot of pressure on. And so similarly with individual givers, as people's incomes have maybe shrunk, as people haven't got raises, so people have also stopped giving. So there's been a vast decrease in the amount of private giving as well as the support that comes in through sustainability projects. So we as a foundation, one of our primary resources that we do give is money. And so we have seen at a time like this that foundations have been able to help sustain a lot of NGOs through this time. But it's really not enough. We are seeing NGOs falling by the wayside. In fact, almost every week, I hear stories of guys who perhaps have run really good NGOs in the past and just cannot make it through. And so, we're trying our best, and so are many others. But we really do need to add a lot of resources behind them.
Well, Neil, thank you so much for your time, and we're glad that ANC could play its part in stopping and just celebrating an important day as World NGO Day.